So what's it all about?
Hello, folks. The MegaMets Podcast is back. Tonight, it's predictions for Monday's Destruction in Ryogoku, coming to us live from the Ryogoku Kokokugan in Tokyo.
Well, that's going to be interesting. I need the car. Oh, yeah, there it is. Destruction in Ryogoku.
Now, as I mentioned the other night, there's a 10-man tag that's on a kickoff that pits the Chaos Trio of YOSHI, HASHI, Yo, Toru, Yano. Let me double check the news. Let's say about the brand. No one's out there. Check the previous page of the NJPW site. Here it is. Tiger Mask and Taguchi against Takeshi, Masada, Kazuma, Sumi of PvP, Kengo and Jyun, Masaoka of Pro Wrestling Freedoms, and Takahiro Katori of Eagle Pro, a promotion I've never heard of.
A 10-man tag in a Frontier Zone. This should be fun.
Since this won't be aired, I think it's a no-brainer. The New Japan squad wins this one.
That's my vote as well.
Mostly because the latter team is just a mismatch of other promotions.
If it's a mismatch, then they're not going to work well together. That's the problem.
True. I mean, considering that since 2018, Chaos and Home Tie have molded together fairly well. Let's get to the card proper. We started off with a 6-man tag match that pits the House of Torture against just 5 guys. It's been just 4 for the past week, but a couple of weeks, but it's back to 5. Representing the House of Torture, the new KOPW Provisional Champion Show, Yujiro Takahashi, and the turncoat, Yoshinobu Kanemaru.
You told me this already earlier, that the betrayal had happened, and it was not a pretty one.
Yeah, in Kobe.
Whoa, that gotta suck.
Yeah. Their opposition, DOUKI, TAICHI, and a mystery partner. But to me, it's a no-brainer who the mystery man is. It's a returning Yuya Uemura. The biggest tell of this was when Uemura competed in Impact's Feast or Fired match, and he got the briefcase with the pink slip inside it.
That's gotta be a big fat oof. It has to be a massive oof, I swear.
True. I mean, like I said, and I've always thought of Feast or Fire is the biggest risk reward. I mean,
I am not a fan of those kinds of matches.
Well, I mean, it's a battle royale with 4 briefcases. You only win the briefcase if you grab it, and get out of there with both your feet in the floor with the briefcase in hand.
Yeah, and sometimes if you're lucky, you get a title shot, and other times you get a pink slip.
And that's what Uemura got. I'm going to go with just 5. I'm going to take House of Torture this because I'm not sure if it's going to help out.
I'll also take House of Torture because Just 5 is basically in a rut.
Well, then again, when you consider that their titles were stolen from them before one of them was won, can you blame them?
I don't blame them, not one bit.
Next up, Tanga Loa against Chase Owens. This match was in a bit of doubt after Loa's arm got pilmanized following an arm wrestling match between him and Owens and Corkin.
Wow.
Can Loa overcome that injury and go apeshit, or will Chase?
I don't think that injury is going to cut it. I don't think that injury is going to help him out. My vote's on Chase. Tanga Loa's got no chance, sadly.
I could agree with you at some level, but I'm going to go Loa.
Fair enough. Next up.
Los Ingobernables de Japon versus the United Empire in an 8-man tag. For the Empire, it's BUSHI, Takagi, Yota, Inaito versus Henare, Ryogoku,
and Jeff Cobb. That's a lot of good talent.
Newman, the newest recruit to the United Empire.
That's a lot of talent.
Yeah, but out of the weak link in this is Newman, so I'm going to give this to LIJ.
I probably will have to do as well. Tag teams are only the weakest link. I don't want that to happen to anyone.
Callum actually has the worst rating out of the 4 in the UE in this match.
If he has the worst rating, he has no chance.
I mean, but then again, he's only been in the ring for about 2 or 3 years now.
I mean, he'd at least garner a better record than that.
True. Next up, IWGP Junior Tag Titles. The Drilla Maloney and Clark Connors of the Bullet Club War Dogs defend against former champs, the intergalactic jet setters, Kevin Knight and Kushida.
Who comes up with these names, honestly?
It's me. In my opinion, it boils down to one question: who's the third wheel of their tag team? For me, the biggest third wheel is Kushida. He's been out of New Japan for almost 5 years.
That's a long time. 5 years? Damn.
Because of the NXT contract he had, which basically went nowhere for him.
It did not, and that is unfortunate.
Yeah, and teaming with Kevin Knight, sure, they got a brief run as the IWGP Junior Tag Champs, but Kushida is supposed to be the veteran, yet it's Kevin Knight carrying most of the weight.
You make a good point.
And it's on that fact alone, I'm going to take Bullet Club to win this one. Then they'll move on to Super Junior Tag League with no worries of who to defend the title against next until Wrestle Kingdom.
No worries, no opposition. I'm taking the Bullet Club as well.
Got that right. Next up, best of 7 finale, 6-man tag. On one side, Master Wato, Shota Umino, Yuji Nagata against Strong Style, El Desperado, Ren Narita, and Minoru Suzuki. Today, Strong Style retook the lead, so the series is now 3-2-1 in favor of Strong Style. This is an amalgamation of New Japan's past, present, and future. The past represented by Nagata and Suzuki, the present represented by Wato and Despy, the future by Shooter and Narita.
This is going to be an interesting match. I will say it that much.
For this to even favor, to go Nagata, Umino, and Wato's way, they gotta win just to force a sudden death match. All Strong Style to do is force a draw. They don't have to. They can't. Sure, they can't afford to lose, but at the same time, they can't let Wato, Umino, and Nagata get that last win. But what's the stake in this? A never 6-man title shot? I don't know.
I honestly don't know either.
If it's a never 6-man shot, I'm going to give this a Strong Style.
I'll give it to Narita's team. Desperado, Narita, and Suzuki.
So you're also going Strong Style.
Yeah, pretty much. Strong Style has always been the best style. Don't take my word for it. I play Legends Arceus to know that.
True. Oh, Pokemon joke. I get it.
Yes. As if it's the most obvious.
Personally, if I've ever wanted to wrestle, I'd prefer walking the King's Road. Anyway, next up, strong openweight tag titles on the line. The heavyweight War Dogs, Gabe Kidd and Alex Coughlin, make their first defense against GOD's Hikuleo and El Phantasmo.
An interesting match.
I mean, for Phantasmo and Leo, this is basically payback for what Finlay has done to them since he took over Bullet Club, even though technically by that point Leo had left Bullet Club and rejoined his brothers over in Hontai. For Kidd and Coughlin to prove that they're the top dominant tag team for those belts.
Indeed.
My pick to win this, I'm going to go War Dogs.
I'm going for their opponents.
You're going Leo and Phantasmo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, next up, the never openweight 6-man tag titles are on the line. Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Kazuchika Okada defend against Impact Wrestling's Josh Alexander, X Division champion Chris Sabin, and World Heavyweight champion Alex Shelley, the latter two being the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, I remember these guys. Good times. Motor City Machine Guns, they were always a talent to watch.
True. But to me, this is a no-brainer for two reasons. One, if Alexander, Sabin, Shelley were to win the 6-man titles, it's going to lead to a boatload of scheduling conflicts between their Impact commitments and their New Japan commitments. And two, they're basically already sowing the dissension between Alexander and Shelley leading up to their world title match against each other October 21st at Cicero Stadium at Bound for Glory.
Damn.
So there's no point in putting the belts on this trio. So Ishii, Tanahashi, and Okada are going to retain. You agree with that sentiment?
Pretty much, yeah.
Next up, the never openweight title is on the line. David Finlay defends against Tama Tonga. Finlay took the first match between these two in Dontaku, which left Tama concussed.
Yeah.
Tama got his title shot by beating Finlay during the G1 climax. Only get brutalized afterward.
That's gotta hurt.
But now it's the rubber match. Who takes it? Heads, Finlay. Tails, Tama. Here we go. And it lands on heads. I'm going Finlay.
I'm going Tanga.
Okay. Next up, a three-way match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Hiromu Takahashi making his sixth defense against both Leo Rush and Speedball Mike Bailey. With Mike having been in Australia for the past week and not showing up on any of the tour dates, whether it be for the Kobe tour or for the Ryogoku one, he may have the element of surprise in this. Throwing that Leo's been out the last couple of shows due to catching an illness. I don't know what it is.
That's not fun.
But he should be healthy enough to fight Hiromu for the title. But that said, will Speedball and the Bad Child put their squabbling aside to go after a common goal? Or will Hiromu knock out two birds with one stone on his road to his sixth defense? Which then leads to Yo coming after him in Power Struggle. Oh, and he beats Yo again in Osaka for V7, and that leads to the return of Taiji Ishimori for a match at Wrestle Kingdom.
That's going to be an interesting game.
But you do agree that's probably the path this is going to go, right?
Yep.
So Hiromu to retain?
Yes.
Finally, the main event. Lumberjack Death Match for the IWGP World Heavyweight title.
This is going to be a good fight.
Just five guys and House of Torture at ringside. Sanada looking to reclaim the belt that was stolen from him physically by Evil. And I'm going to be blunt. Gato, I don't give a damn. You don't understand a fucking word I'm saying.
Just be blunt.
I am getting blunt.
Yeah, just be honest.
You know full well that Evil as world champion back in 2020 did far more harm than good for New Japan. Nobody
How
liked
bad did it do?
What?
How bad was it?
Nobody. I mean, granted, this was the mass COVID, no voice.
Oh,
no
yeah,
voice,
I remember. How can anyone do that? I hated
but
that.
That said, a lot of people hated the fact that Evil turned on Los Ingobernables and joined Bullet Club, and then a year later formed his own subgroup, the House of Torture. That being said, while I understood why it happened, because of the pandemic and most of the other members were abroad, which left Bullet Club stretched thin by the time the New Japan Cup occurred. So they were forced to poach. Everything Evil has done has been out of a place of insecurity. And tell me, Gato, do you want an overkill, insecure champion running things? No. And besides,
absolutely not.
If it ends up the same way it happened at Power Struggle 2020, look for Dave Finlay to come out and clock Evil in the head with the shillelagh. Because he's supposed to be leader of Bullet Club, not Evil. And he will not tolerate anyone overstepping their boundaries. And personally, I wouldn't mind if this is the point where the trigger's pulled and the House of Torture is kicked out. Finlay
pull the
is
trigger already. That's what I would do.
They brought gold to the faction. That's the biggest and most insignificant piece of shit gold in the company, the KOPW provisional title.
Mm-hmm.
A belt that in Show's hands will be once again regulated to a joke.
Indeed.
I mean, sure, when it was a trophy and it was predominantly in Toru's Yano's hands, it was also treated as a joke, but the point is still applicable with Show.
I know. Sanada versus Evil. In my opinion, I don't think Sanada should be champ. It should be Evil.
You're kidding, right?
I'm just kidding. It's just my opinion. I don't even know. But honestly, Sanada should just retain. This is just my honest opinion. If I were to be truthful, Sanada. Because I don't think Evil would work.
And Gato, you better be fucking listening to this. You put that belt back on Sonata and let Sonata get that belt back where it belongs on Monday, or you're going to cause a massive decline in attendance revenue with Evil as champion.
And that's mostly because nobody wants to see the guy. So my vote's on Sonata.
Same fucking here.
Good.
Also, if you want to blast the Yankees for their bad season this year, go ahead.
The Yankees deserve to be eliminated. And it's not just the Yankees. The Mets as well as the Red Sox got eland.
Well, to be fair, I already blasted the Mets Monday. And since you were out with
the Mets already enough as it is. The Yankees just basically cratered.
Yeah, what do you blame this on? Injuries, cost cuts, bad pitching rotation.
Here's my problem with the Yankees. The Yankees are one of the more high-ranked teams, like the upper-class teams, where they could spend loads of money on getting the players they want. And they basically floundered it this season. Wasting away.
I'm going to be blunt. The Yankees were lucky to even finish just a tick over 500 this year.
A tick over 500 does not mean a damn thing right now.
I know.
It's not enough. They haven't even touched the World Series in more than a decade.
Hey,
they've had instances where
not
they were
touched
close.
the World Series in a decade and a half, and the Mets, who haven't touched it in almost 4.
I know. The Mets, oh my God. I don't even know.
I blame that. And now that we have to find a new GM because Billy Epler got stepped down because he was being investigated for injury list fraud.
Injury list fraud? That is, whoa.
Yeah, I know. Let's just hope David Stearns can right the ship as president of baseball ops.
He better.
But then again, given how badly Milwaukee panned out, let's hope he doesn't turn the Mets into another Milwaukee.
Oh my God, don't remind me about how bad Milwaukee is. Jesus. That was bad.
And again, we saw Baltimore lose today.
Baltimore rightfully deserved to get eland, despite the fact that
they just lost. They're in the series.
Oh, I thought they got eland out. So
no, they're the division champs. They're top seed in the AL.
Well, that's new. That's something I never knew about. Because I thought they got eliminated. Guess not.
Dude, they were East champs and best in the AL this year.
Wow. Boston's actually doing better at least.
I mean, this season was defined by chaos in baseball. I mean, we had teams that we never thought would get back to the playoffs get in this year. Baltimore, Miami.
Yep.
Arizona. Texas.
God damn.
It's stupid all around.
It is.
In any case, folks, that's it for tonight's MegaMets podcast, our 30th episode.
Episode 30, that's a lot.
I had Darwin sub in for you last Monday. On Monday.
Yeah, because I was out with an injury. I don't have the scars anymore on my eye. No more.
Yeah, I see. Anyway, leave a comment, smash the like, and sub to both our channels. Mets 212A alongside Mega Man and G signing out. Goodbye, and good fucking night. Bang.
That was fun.
See you around the 19th to do picks for the Super Junior Tag League?
Well, yes, I'll be there.
All right.
Yeah, I'll see you.
I do it on the 20th, but my dad's birthday is that day.
19th will do. It'll do.
Okay.
I'll be